Okay, let's start to draw this garden. First of all, we need to use our pencil to just mark where we want to do. First of all, the horizon, it's over there. The middle is there, a little bit lower than the middle. So that's the point. So I want to mark that equally because um, if that is not equal, it will be leaning ground. So that's not leveled. That won't be good. So, okay, that's the center. Almost center, we draw this gate, the first pillar, and then the 1/4, almost that, draw another gate pillar, actually the fence. So So we just sketch where to go for the trail, and that bar. Okay, yeah, make it equal. Could be very rough. So first of all, I just do the outline. It's not the specific shape of it. I just mark the location of this fence, double line according to the center outline. Give a thickness. Mark how high it is. Okay, and then the beam in the middle, and then we do 3D a little bit. That's the only thing we draw in detail. Other things are just not really have a shape. Trees, grass, flowers, right? But there are also some tricks to draw these things. See the 3D for the pillar, we need all goes to right or the top a little bit thickness, as well as the beam. Okay, just everything we need to do, and then we mark. We will go cover with the cover the fence with trees, flowers, and that's tree outline. So we just mark. Otherwise, we got lost over there a little bit. Just think about it. Okay, then we can use the ocean blue. Okay, ocean blue, not ocean blue. It's kind of like very light blue and white, sky blue. I would say ocean will be deeper. So the white and the blue we mix together like tiny bit of that. So we try to do the whole picture with pure color. That makes more beautiful style. So we do a little bit that. So we don't have to do very smooth, just get um, colored this way, and get a little bit darker with a little bit more blue of that blue. It's kind of the light from right side on the top. Uh, so the right, the upper right corner is brighter than the left side because the light source is up there. So that's keep in mind. We will talk about the light source a lot. The position is on the right side, upper right. So then this one is darker blue, and we use the darker blue to get um, a little bit darker for the trees from far. And keep in mind that a little far, right? A little bit different from the sky color. And this tree profile, I would say the profile from far, is very close to the sky color. Why is that? Think about exposure from far, and the color reflect the sky color from far. And tree is supposed to be green, right? But when it is from far, the green is unclear. The further, the unclear, including the color. The green color is fade off. We cannot see clearly. Another reason is the mist, the air, the dust in the air. So these trees from far lose their color of green because too far to see, right? And then what kind of color appeared? It's sky color. It's a reflection of the sky color, the blue. So we can do a little darker blue. So that's in reality. We always see something like that. That's why we use blue to draw trees. Yeah. When we get close to it, we never saw a tree with blue leaves, right? But this is a different case. Um, if you pay attention to the reality in the real world, you will see that. Relatively blue color for the trees. And a little bit color change from top to the bottom. Um, if that is not changed, the color, if the color doesn't change, it'll be so weird in reality because everything is changing according. Why it is changing? Because everywhere is unique. For example, the top of the tree and the bottom of the tree will be different because the bottom of the tree doesn't receive equal light compared to the top. Okay, let's do that randomly, naturally, and these um, mark are very random. It's not a. You see the edge? It's a rough edge. We are creating the rough edge. What what is natural? What is rough? Um, Nothing the same. no same pattern for the leaves, no same shapes and the sizes. So you keep breaking your own habit to create same thing. That's a human nature to do things man-made, artificial. We don't want artificial, we want the natural. So keep going to do that. And get a little bit darker to the bottom. The top usually is brighter because receive the light. So we get a little bit darker to the bottom. So creating the 3D effect, even that is from far. The 3D effect is very moderate because the darkness change, it's also unclear because it is far. Oppositely, when we draw later, we will draw close up, close area. This contrast between the brighter side and the dark side are different, are more obvious because that's closer and easier to see. So we are creating the sense of distance by these tricks. Getting a little bit darker and use hand, finger, do that. It's very useful for finger. Okay, we start to have green because we are creating the mid scene. Okay, the middle, the middle scene. Okay, we get a little bit green. We can start to see something green. Okay, a little bit closer trees, and also the rough edge, creating especially the outline outside of the pattern. You can see a natural rough, and you try to make that. So the shape doesn't matter. It's not the big deal to draw perfect shape or anything. It's but we create natural sense. We try to make it naturally. Add a little bit blue and make it a little darker because we get to the left, to the darker area, further away from the light source on the right top corner. Yeah, it's getting greener. Again, it's quite pure, only two color to use, only blue and green. Simple, right? But it's beautiful. And get it a little bit darker to the left. So this is general way to do the whole thing. Um, on the right is brighter and left darker, and the bottom a little bit lower of that group. It's I would say that's a group of bush or tree. Okay, you can think that way. And the bottom usually darker because it's a dark side, dark area. See, it's 3D, right? Because dark and lighter a little bit. Very tiny bit change will make the thing appear 3D. Yeah, that's a very subtle change. Not don't have to be a big change. If you do so big, the change, the contrast is big. That won't be um, far seen. It'll be close seen. Okay, use towel to clean the brush. I don't want too wet. If that's too wet, it'll be um, the color too thin, and you cannot cover the color. Okay, yellow. Yeah, it's fresher. Okay, that color will be fresher, and the closer scene is getting closer. So you can see from far to getting closer and closer and closer. Pay attention to that. So that little change will create sense of distance. And I would like to get a little bit appeared on this area, appeared yellow, green. Okay, a little bit of that, and go lower a fence. So that's good to draw the fence first, so you can get there in between. It's well planned because you already draw the sketch before with pencil. Without doing that, it's hard. Yeah, even this stripe of color, you need to change color. Later, we change the color, the darkness of the color, even in the gap of the fence. And we get a little bit darker here. You can add a little bit blue to it. Yeah, get a little bit more dark green and blue. So getting darker and darker. So it's like a light uh, make the color changed, make the darkness of the color changed. So if oppositely, if we do reverse because we creating the painting, um, oppositely, the light changed the darkness of color, and we change the darkness of color in opposite, in contrast. We will create the sense of light. And this is another group, maybe yellowish bush or something. It's appeared over there, or it is closer, very close to the gate. So that'll be more of color of yellow. So again, the shape is not a big deal, but creating the natural rough edge. Yeah, that's brighter side is done, and to the left side need to be a little bit darker, a little bit darker, a little bit greener maybe. Okay. So the rough edge again to create the rough edge. So treat each little piece with some thinking, with some ideas. Uh, Follow the real world, what real world should be. So thinking and then drawing. Yeah, this is getting darker. You get a little bit blue close to the bottom. Yeah, every piece is like that. And keep getting a little bit darker, bluer. It's kind of a group. It's like a balls, big tree canopy. Canopy is like a ball, right? And we create something like that. Lighter, darker, and lighter again. Another canopy, lighter again and darker. Random. Yeah, just doing these kind of things with changes, a lot of changes. You cannot draw anything flat, right? So just change, keep changing. See a lighter again to get something lighter. Um, keep getting lighter and darker, lighter and darker. Um, Usually just keep going. Don't jump to other area. Just to keep going from that sequence. Now it's kind of from upper right to the left, and in that continuously going, not jump. Now do the sky and suddenly doing the trail separately. Don't do separately. You just keep going. Yeah, getting some brighter color. Okay. Like I said, brighter, darker, change all the time, creating the random tree canopies or flowers sometime. It needs quite a experience to think about it, how to control that. As long as you can make something grouped, uh, the lighter area needs to be a little bit grouped. And in your mind, that's a ball, another ball, something like that to draw. It's not just totally random. Don't think random. Okay, I'm trying to make something different in color. Okay, light, a little bit bright from bottom. Maybe not later. Okay, let's see. Okay, can draw the trail. Oh no, we can draw the bottom first. Okay. And even the trail. no same color. Don't do the same color, same darkness or same color, right? So the left side is darker from the right side because light source again, right? So the left, I need to make it brighter. I use yellow. Yellow is another color like a white. It's brighter. So lift it up, lift the light up a little bit on the right side. Furthermore, a little bit more, you have to see obviously a little bit change, but obvious. It's yeah. Be careful. Don't do too different or nothing different. Yeah, I use some red because that's reflection of the flower on the ground. Okay, got a little bit red. So purposely, what I'm doing here is just try to make color change. And brighter side get a little bit lighter. So it's hard to tell the sequence on the floor, on the ground, because the tree could be randomly cast shadow on the trail. So you cannot really make anything smooth or anything regular. Okay. Hard to do regular things. And it's a little bit fresh, um, purer because getting closer. This color is getting a little bit purer, a little bit brighter overall. Yeah, I need to make that a little bit more different. The color change is obvious from the closer scene, even the little trail. Closer to the gate is far area, so hard to tell the difference. But getting closer, we can see closely and clearly. Okay, mark where do you want to do that trail. Remember, the closer the bigger, so the trail need to be going wider. Okay. Okay, like make something darker to actually do the shadow of the flower on top later. Okay, we prepared some shadow here. Yeah, create the shadow over there. More of the shadow. And the shadow is random too, right? You make something random and also blend that color into the trail. color need to be naturally dissolved. Combined, like shadow area. Okay. Now let's get a little bit darker to the bottom because for the far trees, uh, now we want to finish this little detail over here. Finger again. Yeah, the bottom green, maybe greener or darker, something like that. A little bit different color. When location is changed, even it is same thing, same tree, but when position changed, the darkness will be changed. Keep going lower and lower, and keep drawing this uh, kind of special cluster of the bush. Reflection of the orange. So make the orange as the middle tone for this group of bush. And again, very careful. Don't make this color too different from um, surrounding area because everything got affected. Every color got affected by the surrounding colors. So you need to get closer to the surrounding colors. So there's a little bit yellow and brown, so that will fit the environment, the local environment. Yeah, getting darker and darker on the left side. Again, because the light source is on the right upper side. Yeah, after, yeah, use little towel to absorb the water. We don't need to be wet. Okay, on this side a little bit more of the gradual transition between left and right. So create a little 3D cluster bush. So the bottom is darker. So also finish this group and also connect with the trail. And this color a little bit reddish, so don't get too red because it's still middle scene, so it's not that fresh yet until we draw really close scene. Be careful about that color to use. Okay, always keep that in mind about the distance. Okay, clean the brush color with the paper towel and then use green to draw some sense of grass. You don't have to draw that clear, but it's kind of sense of something there, right? You get a little flower there. It's white and red, mix white and red, purple. Not purple, the pink flower over there. Again, random, and we also need some darker side to create 3D. Otherwise, it feels flat. Okay, a little piece of random piece. See, the random really need to be random, nothing the same, rough, and you can fly. I mean, draw some pieces, fly above or fly away, not connected, to create the rough edge. Yeah, little flower over there. Okay, this is yeah. Just keep doing this. It's all about adding something. And get some blue flower. Blue flower. Um, oh no. Let's do the pillar. The pillar. The color of the pillar is actually blue and brown, and also a little bit green, because that's reflection of environment. That's blue, basically, and the darker blue. It's supposed to be a little bit darker because that's not facing the light source. This one you need smallest brush to do that, because that's a tiny bit. You can get a round little tree leaves. You don't have to. You can another option. You can draw the pillar full and then draw the leaf on top of it. Up to you, and you can also like me to do get around that little leaf. Yeah, another pillar. Again, one pillar change location, the darkness is also changed. The darkness need to be a little bit changed, a little bit different. If they're perfectly same, that means they're same pillar, they're same location. So we don't do that. We want make change, either little lighter or little darker. And also close to the bottom, we need to get a little bit darker for the pillar. To the top, maybe a little brighter. And this one is a little bit different color change. Maybe reflection from the environment getting a little bit brighter. Yeah. Give it a reason. Give it a reason to draw these things. And the top maybe brighter. Yeah. See, even each pillar of the fence need to be uh, having the color change, the darkness change, not color change. Color may change. And the top is brighter, always brighter. And this one, done. Okay. That's only one side of the pillar, and we need to also do the brighter side, top and on the left, thickness. Yeah, get lighter, brighter on the top, the thickness of the pillar. You need to get brighter, but not too bright. And also enough to see they're different. They're different side. Same material, but different side. You can recognize they are same thing, but in different side. And also, you don't have to do perfectly straight. I see people doing perfect straight. It's not natural. In reality, these pillars and get rough over time, wear out. It's kind of like different. Feel unnatural if you do straight. Okay, see this brighter side, top and bottom. That's what we have done earlier for the sketch with pencil. Okay. Now you can see 3D clearly. Yeah, a little bit 3D now. And then the beam, after that, we see quite clear. Again, even this little area, we need a little change. The upper, the brighter, and up there. Okay, don't go too far to the bottom, all the same. Nothing should be the same. Also, ever always keep in mind, things are different. Yeah, the brush need to be small, pointy, and a little bit tough. Um, the material of the brush, otherwise won't do the work well. The beam, the brighter side of the beam, and then the darker side of the beam. The beam. That's all for the fence. Oh, we need also do the shadow later. Okay, for this a little bit shadow. Yeah, I usually use the plate to be the palette. That's one time use. I can throw that away. I don't have to wash it. That's a good thing about it. Yeah, I would like to get a little bit darker to the bottom because that's the shadow of the bush randomly. The bush could be really random. And get a little bit darker to make the shadow. That's also important because they cast the shadow on the beam, further creating 3D effect. Yeah, I made a little bit too dark, but you can make obviously dark as shadow, but not too dark. Yeah, on that side, obviously. Yeah, that's all the shadow we need to do. See, it's very much 3D for the fence. The shadow of that beam also get some watering darkness, dark color. Do that. It'll be easier. Transparent. It's like shadow cast on the ground. So you feel like that a little bit. And then you can use towel to clean that. So some leftover color will be a little bit dark, like the shadow. So that's kind of trick to make the shadow a little bit clearer, a little bit natural. Okay, that's the shadow of the beam. From that, you can also see that light is from the right side, right upper side. Yeah, keep making these little flowers in the sequence of the brighter, darker, brighter, darker. Keep going that way. Finish the um, area on the left. Yeah, just follow me step by step like this, and you will finish. You can always pause because you're not familiar with acrylic, maybe, and keep going down. So the same color used in two areas, more efficient, lazier way, but that's good. Why not? And the top is brighter. Always keep that in mind. Top is brighter, the bottom is darker. Bring the top brighter again. Yeah, get a little bit natural. Yeah, you need to add something. You don't have to be the same with me. The shape can be different. You just draw whenever you need, wherever you need to cover things. Top is brighter and also randomly creating different shapes, different shade, size as well, sizes. Yeah, it's relatively dark. Um, and so also, when you do some new color, for example, this area, you want to similar darkness, although it's color changed, but it's considered darkness. If the darkness is too bright, it's out of the context, out of the environment. Think a little bit, it can be a little bit brighter, can be a little bit brighter or a little bit darker, but it's not too different from the environment, the surrounding darkness, because you are still here. Yeah, this is darker area. Maybe make some lighter area too. Again, when we get a closer, we can see clearer and clearer. We can see what thing clear. We can see the contrast clear, right? Now we are getting the contrast clear, more of the contrast. One contrast is more, it's actually getting closer. You're creating the sense of closeness. Yeah, see the darkness similar to the environment, and then we can get a little bit darker one later to the bottom. Group of 3D flower. Yeah, a little bit hurry, a little bit eager to finish that area. Getting, yeah, you don't have to do that. If um, take your patience to do this area, have fun. If you get tired, you can go around and come back to do it. Just enjoy and see the darkness is closer to the environment. And the good thing, or the whole style is pure in color. Every color need to be pure. Pure mean you don't mix with other colors and use very little black. And in this case, I didn't use black at all. Yeah, getting a little bit darker to the bottom. Yeah, try to do some textures of the grass somewhere. Each step has some purpose. Yeah, different color. Pure green, again, is fresher or purer than the color earlier we used for the far scene. It's closer and random. You can think about a piece of area with grass. See, earlier we did on the ground, there's shadow. Now it feel like a shadow. Now, because the top thing, the flower, the cluster flower casts the shadow there. Yeah, do a little more shadow maybe here. Let's just randomly get a little more. Yeah, anytime, every time wash uh, the brush, you need towel to clean, make it relatively dry. Okay. Some random piece of the flower. Yeah, make a natural shape. You can check yours. You don't have to be the same shape, but you check each one very reasonable shape. That'll be natural, random. Yeah, it's already 1 hour for this. And add some pure color when we get closer to the viewer's eye, the position to watch the scene, this landscape. Um, and the bottom is again need to be darker. Add some brown to get a little bit darker. And the pure blue, some kind of shocking blue color. Okay, maybe some flower. Create that kind of colorfulness. And the bottom need to be darker, or the right side will be darker and the top will be lighter again. Each group is like that. It's not just random doing everything without thinking, without your purpose. Okay, now we have blue, red, yellow. That's three principal colors. When three principal colors appeared, things will look colorful or active. Yeah, hurry up a little bit here. Cannot be too long to finish this little painting. So you can take your time. I'm just a little bit eager to do that. And I could take my time to do it. Yeah, get some red flower there, appeared. Yeah, lower the darker. And again, relatively pure red color over there too. Okay. Yeah, make it brighter on top, and suddenly appear 3D, right? If color changed, darkness changed, and that's the magic. The painting is like a magic, and some blue flowers, and also need a little bit color change. Okay. Yeah, create a random edge later on between the trail and flowers. It's also important to make it a natural sense, sense of natural nature. Okay, the top is brighter and bottom is darker again. Yeah, again. This is what we need to do all the time with this little garden. Yeah, create some details as much as you can. Don't have to overdo it, but just create some details. Do the similar thing. Top is brighter and the bottom is a little darker. Get a little bit darker. Lighter, darker all the time. Yeah, and also you can get a brighter again. It's like another wave of a group of flowers, another group of flowers. You can see the flower wave up and down, and then you can create that kind of some brighter, some darker, and again getting brighter again. Brighter again. This is brighter. And the edge is kind of a little bit straight. Um, we will break it later. Of course, getting darker, right? Okay. And pay attention to that. The dark between darker and brighter, the edge need to be rough, also random, and not so clearly to see the edge. Almost done. Okay. Brighter again. Close to that color. Color need to be considered. The darkness of that color, although change to be pink, but actually similar to the environment. This is always considered the darkness of the level of the darkness. Okay, almost done. Getting darker again. Lighter, darker, lighter, darker. Things will be like that. Make some break something really formed. There is a line, dark line at the bottom. So break that line with something lighter, brighter. And yeah, last we want to break this line, straight line between the trail and the flower area. It cannot be this straight. It's quite straight. Maybe just yeah, get something there to make that not straight at all. See, you can do this to extend it, make the edge not straight at all. Too straight is fake. It's man-made, but random things natural. Keep something extended, make it not straight. Yeah, just break the mistake I made. Too straight. Yeah, now it's not straight. Better. Okay. Something brighter on top. And mostly we are done. And okay, get a little bit different color, fresh color or pure color. Fix some details. You check the whole thing and anywhere you want, add or fix. And do the be careful to do these the last very last thing. The branches need to be thin and thin first. Okay, very thin first. Otherwise, it doesn't look like branches. And also, don't do the branches so straight. Make it natural again. So a little bit there, here thin. Um, and again, we didn't use black. Don't use black color. Okay. Got a little bit more branches over here. Because that's far area, so you cannot see that really clearly um, or really different from the environment. Get closer color to the trees, a little bit closer, but obviously you can see that's branch. And I get a little bit more there. Need to be thin first. I see my student make it really thick and it's not real. And this last moment is very important. Don't anything you do at the last moment will be obviously seen. If you do wrong, you destroy the whole work. Okay, that's about done. You can pause and keep going. Okay, get some darkness. Uh, just see anywhere you want to do. You're not satisfied, you can add something here, there, and otherwise you're good to go. Yeah, we done this.